Hello once again and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. Coming up in this episode, controversy surrounds two signings for West in 2023. Young Huddersfield forward signs new 4-year deal. And Luciano Leilua is arrested. Today, we start in North Queensland as their NRL forward Luciano Leilua has been arrested and charged with domestic violence offences after an incident in Sydney on Monday. New South Wales police have confirmed they were called to a Harrington Park home around 1 PM on Monday after reports of an alleged domestic violence incident. Officers attended and were told a 26-year-old man allegedly assaulted a 26-year-old woman known to him and smashed that woman's phone. At first assumed to be Leilua, he was arrested at the home and taken to the Camden police station, where he was charged with common assault, DV, damage or destroying property, which again is a DV. He was granted bail to appear in Campbelltown local court in October the 11th, 2022. The matter has been brought to the attention of the NRL Integrity Unit, who liaised with the North Queensland club, a NRL spokesman said. It is unclear whether any potential no-fault stand-down policy decision by the NRL will carry across to the upcoming Rugby League World Cup, with Leilua included in the Samoa's squad. The NRL has an automatic stand-down policy for charges which bring them a minimum of 11-year prison sentence. While Leilua's case does not fall into that category, the NRL have previously stood down players charged with domestic violence under the discretionary part of the policy. On their website, a statement said the North Queensland Cowboys have been made aware of the alleged incident regarding player Luciano Leilua, which resulted in police charges. This club have confirmed. The club is gathering further information, and assisting the NRL Integrity Unit, as well as providing support to all parties involved. Further comment will be made in due course. Leilua has since been described as upset after being charged with a range of domestic violence offences on Monday. His lawyer indicated he denies any wrongdoing. The 26-year-old North Queensland Cowboys player was arrested, and the police confirmed they were called to the address as mentioned. And he has since broke his silence through his lawyer, Elias Tabchori, who has said his client would be pleading not guilty. I can confirm that Mr. Leilua denies any wrongdoing and will be defending these matters vehemently, Mr. Tabchori told the Sydney Morning Herald. Mr. Leilua has never been charged with any matters of violence in the past and is upset by the allegations that has been made against him, as he is opposed to violence of any type. It is not his nature. Mr. Tabchori has also confirmed that there was no apprehended violence order, AVO, in place that prevented Leilua with living with his partner. Luciano Leilua was slated to be involved in the Samoa's Rugby League World Cup campaign, which starts with them facing England on October the 15th in the GET tournament opener. But now he has been, his place in the tournament is now clouded in doubt. He's very keen to represent the tiny island alongside NRL stars like Jerome Leilua, Stephen Crichton, Junior Paulo, but did not fly out as scheduled with the team. At this stage, it is unclear what the situation is. These matters are being determined as we speak, Mr. Tabchori said, of whether Leilua will be donning the Samoa shirt at the World Cup. Mr. Leilua voluntarily chose not to fly out with his teammates as scheduled to allow these matters to be addressed. Now we go on to Huddersfield Giants, as they have retained the services of what they think is one of the most exciting emerging forwards in the game, as Oliver Wilson has signed a new 4-year contract with the club that will keep him at the John Smith Stadium until the end of the 2027 season. The club signed the forward from Bradford Bulls, and he has gone on to make 53 first-team appearances for the Giants since arriving in 2019 and has been named in the England's night squad this season. On the club's website, head coach of the Huddersfield Giants, Ian Watson, said Ollie is at 22 is one of the most talented emerging players within our squad, who had a huge season this year. He's a great player with huge potential and has developed significantly over the last 2 years. I'm really looking forward to working with him and seeing him improve his game over the next 4 years to nail down a permanent place in the 17 and hopefully progress into a future as being an international front rower. After playing a few games for his junior club Bradford Bulls between 2018 and 2019, he left the Bulls and became the part of the Huddersfield's academy team, eventually becoming a first-team regular. Wilson has spent time on loan from Huddersfield at Halifax in the Betfred Championship, and in 2019 he was given his Super League debut for Huddersfield against Salford, and on May 2022 he played for Huddersfield in the Challenge Cup final loss to Wigan. He returned to Bradford in May 2021 to play a couple of games on loan for Bradford Bulls, and now has signed this 4-year contract which will see him at the club and hopefully progress even further. Again, via the club's website, Wilson said, "It's great to sign my new contract with Huddersfield. The Giants have given me a first shot in the Betfred Super League when I was 19, and there were some tough years coming up as a young middle, and I've had to learn. But I feel this year as a team and individually, I have come on leaps and bounds and I'm buzzing to re-sign. Obviously, you want to secure a starting spot each and every week with the individual goals, but the focus is on winning things. I feel like we are looking towards competing for the finals now consistently, and in these next 4 years, I'm sure we can pick up some wins in those big games." Despite having yet to score for the Huddersfield club and the 2 years that he's been there, he has played 48 Super League games for the Giants during his 2-year spell. He has 1,198 carry meters to his name, which puts him mid-table, to be honest. Average gain of 8.38 meters with 143 carries and 1 clean break. It's the tackles where he's done well, as he's been marked a tackler 56 times and made 357 tackles during the season in his 19 appearances. Not bad for a young forward, and he'll be looking for more minutes and more time so that he can improve into that International Rugby League player that Ian Watson wants. So some good news for West Tigers fans, as it's believed that Isiah Papali'i has promised West Tigers fans he is all in after months of public conjecture which could see him backflip on his $1.8 million deal so that he can stay at Parramatta. Papali'i had been coy on honouring the 3-year contract, easily the largest of his career, right up until the Eels' grand final loss on Sunday, only confirming he's Concord bound after full time. The 24-year-old, though, has stopped short of apologising to Tigers fans for months of angst that followed his initial reservations after Michael Maguire's sacking. While the prospect of staying put at Parramatta was raised, Papali'i insisted he had told Tigers head coach Tim Sheens that he was on his way long ago. Papali'i shapes a key figure in New Zealand's World Cup campaign after emerging as one of the NRL's best back rowers during the 2-year spell that he's had with the Eels. His World Cup commitments mean Papali'i hasn't slated to return to pre-season under Tim Sheens until January, but he has vowed to deliver on the marquee money laid out by the joint venture. I hope people can understand the way I went about my situation. I can understand why people weren't happy, Papali'i told the Herald, but the people who needed to know at the Tigers knew what my plans were. I've been in contact with Sheensy throughout the year. I didn't want my individual talks to worry this Parramatta group given the opportunity we had. I'm looking forward to the challenge of 2023 and the 3 years I've got at the Tigers. I'm all in. I will be putting as much effort in there as I did at this club. That's a promise. Alongside Koroisau, more on him a little bit later, Papali'i is Sheen's biggest signing for 2023. The club has explored an NRL return for the England international John Bateman, and it has also expressed an interest in Storm star Cameron Munster, while Newcastle enforcer David Clemmer has toured the Concord facility as well last week. West Tigers have got a little bit to burn as Papali'i has made the most of a $200,000 lifeline Brad Arthur had handed him last year when he was cut adrift by the Warriors, turning his Eel stints into a big money move to the Tigers. Also, they have a 2-year offer on top of a buyout of the final season of Clemmer's contract with the Knights, and that is also being considered by the Tigers. Papali'i went on to say, "I can't thank Parramatta enough. My time here has made me a better player and a person. I know I can make a difference help lead the Tigers. I've grown up and sorted a few things out off the field and become an adult. It's all contributed to your form, and as much as it was hard to make that move to Parramatta to start with, Brad challenged me to improve week in, week out. No matter if I play my best game of my life or my worst, that's what I take with me." Something that West Tigers fans may not be happy with are the 2 incoming stars taking digs at the club not more than 24 hours after their grand final appearance and before they've even kicked a ball in anger for the West Tigers side. West Tigers chairman Lee Pantelis has responded to Koroisau's dig that left fans fuming as another jab from second high-profile recruit has been revealed. Koroisau fate laughed at the Panthers fan days on Monday was labelled tasteless by the rugby league legend Braith Anasta, and Pantelis revealed the comments have not escaped their attentions. While celebrating his second win of the NRL Grand Final in a row, Koroisau was seen to make a comment just to go out on a high like that. It's pretty incredible, and I'll probably do the same thing at the Tigers, before Koroisau laughed in derision. While Koroisau's dig will be dealt with in private, the Tigers will still welcome the gun dummy half with open arms in 2023. As I understand, and I don't know him too well, but Ape is a thoroughly decent fella and presents as much, Pantelis said on SEN Radio. I'm sure if he had his time again, he may rethink those comments. And they were in the spur of the moment, and emotions play a large part, and perhaps some alcohol as well. We are not going to put a lot of stock into it, and we're very keen on welcoming him to the club as soon as his World Cup commitments are complete. Meanwhile, that man Papali'i also put fun at his new club on the Daily M Awards night. Papali'i was reportedly considering backflips, as was mentioned, and was asked by an interviewer, blink twice if you are going to the Tigers next year. Papali'i proceeded to open his eyes as wide as possible, holding his hands up, sparking laughter from the interviewers. Eels boss Brad Arthur confirmed that he would be honouring the deal, but Tigers fans will not forgive the dig from another high-profile recruit. Hedgie Pantelis labelled the Papali'i contract saga a storm in the teacup. We've refrained from commenting on this because there is no need to, Hedgie Pantelis said. We are contractually bound with Isiah, he's contractually bound to the West Tigers, and there never has been any suggestion from either side that they were not going to fulfil their contractual obligations. We've received assurances that Isiah will be coming to the club as soon as the World Cup obligations are complete as well. We gave that story no oxygen whatsoever, as well because there was nothing in it. To say that these actions have gone down like a lead balloon are an understatement, and West Tigers will be looking to get their boys on side as they want to make a tilt at bettering their wooden spoon performances for 2023. These two guys are helping move that forward. I'm sure Tim Sheens will deal with it privately, but hopefully it does seem that the matter has been resolved, pushed under the carpet, and both players can be professional enough to go on and do something special with the Tigers, possibly in 2023. Maybe too soon, but there's always the hope. So that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below. A lot to unpack, but hey ho, it's rugby league, what do you expect? Whether it's Luciano, Leilua, Isiah, Papali'i, Happy Koroisau, or even Oliver Wilson, the comment section is open for you guys. And please, don't hesitate to comment. But remember, be civil about it. That's all I'm requesting. Also, I'd like comments further on this channel. How to improve it. Tell me in the comment section. I'd love to hear your feedback. More and more feedback will be appreciated, so I can grow this channel for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I will now wish you all the best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.